Hello everyone, welcome to another session with me. I am Sanyukta Saxena and today we are going to be learning another new tangle, in fact two tangles by again CZTs. Yeah, so today's tangle is called Phicops and a very beautiful tangulation, at least looks like a tangulation to me, is the tangle Philoxy. Yeah, so Phicops is a very tangle which has been in use for quite some time now. It is a tangle by CZT Laura Harms, and we will then just convert it into another tangle, extend it to another tangle called Philoxy, which is a tangle by CZT Theresa Fessler. Yeah, so let's learn these two tangles today. So Phicop is a very versatile tangle and we use it very often in Zentangle. Yeah, so I'm starting to draw some kind of slightly curved lines starting from a center point like this, and then I'm going to bring this line back here, and I'm going to do this for all. So just rotate, yeah, at an angle, not straight down, a slight angle there. Right, once we are done that, this looks somewhat like a pinwheel, and then I'm going to bring down line from here to about half of this line. Yeah, so this line is touching about half of this line. It can go higher up also, doesn't matter. And again this line is coming down to about half of this. Yeah, so if you are very concerned about the angles, then that is the mark. However, there is no hard and fast rule. This is the tangle Phicop. You can always fill in this place, or you can just add lines, you can add tangles there. There are so many ways to play around. You can double line it, you can add some tangles there, or you can add tangle in this area, for example beautiful mochas and all. So many ways. So is this the only way Phicop is drawn? No, you can accommodate it in any kind of a space. For example, if I have this triangular space, I can always draw Phicop inside it. The basic steps remain the same. The lines are all curved in the same direction. That is one thing you might want to take care, and then go back like this, and then the other set of lines like this. Yeah, so that is in a triangle. So this is in a circle. I can always draw it in a square. So it doesn't really matter what kind of a shape you have, right? If I want, I can grow it on a stem, right? So I will do like this and bring it down. So I will do like this and bring it down. Right, so it really doesn't matter what kind of a space you have, right? You can draw it any which ways. Now a nice extension of this tangle is Philoxy. As I mentioned, I will again start in the same fashion. Yeah, looks more like a flower, looks more organic. This looks more geometric. Yeah, but you can always play around. I will show you some examples how you generally play around with Phicop. Now Philoxy is kind of a flowery touch to Phicop, so I have added these nice auras, and I'm going to do that for all like this. Yeah, so just bring down these petal kind of shapes, keep rotating. Yeah, looks more organic, more like a flower, less geometric. Yeah, again. Yeah, and the last one here. So now once you have done that, looks more like drawings, isn't it? Yeah. Then I am going to extend this, bring the line down and kind of extend these as if they are visible inside also. Yeah, again bring the line down and add one or two more auras. Again bring the line down and add one or two more auras inside. Yeah, so that's the tangle Philoxy. A nice organic touch to the tangle Phicops. Yeah, simple to draw tangle Philoxy. Yeah, now you can add anything. Auras, you can add this, decorate the auras the way you want. You can add tangles here, you can add tangles here. If you want, you can add some inking here. Looks nice. Yeah, the innermost section, if you add some ink, it looks nice. So it's entirely up to you. How do you want to deck it up? Tangulations are innumerable. Let me show you some variations of Phicop also. So just wanted to give you an idea about what all can you create using the tangle Phicop. This is the basic tangle, right? And you can see this is in a semicircle, half. This is the heart shape, right? So the principle is the same. Again, this is on a stem. Yeah, some beautiful variations of the tangle Phicop. So depending on what shape do you want to draw. Yeah, this is a beautiful organic, again in a spiral. So there are so many ways to draw the same tangle Phicop, irrespective of what kind of grid or what kind of a string are you using. You can just follow the same principle of drawing some lines and then getting back at an angle and then dropping a line there. Yeah, here are some of the ways to deck it up. Yeah, again, as I mentioned, you can add tangles here, you can add lining here, you can add these bands with highlights there. So many ways you can add paradox. So once you start experimenting, there's so many ways to go about using the same tangle, but these are all variations of the same tangle Phicop, right? And we learned one more variation, that is Philoxy. Yeah, so let's have fun with this tangle today. I'm going to draw a tile with you as I always do. So I have a round tile in front of me, and what I'm going to do is start from one side. Probably place three, one Philoxy and two Phicops, or all Philoxies, whatever you wish to. Yeah. So just kind of demarcating three spaces on one side of my tile like this. Very light circles there. Yeah. And just going to add Philoxy first. Yeah, so I've added a dot there, and now I'm just going to start drawing my lines. Slight curve to the lines. Rotate your tile like this. Yeah, and then come back, add these nice curves, just like the strokes are similar to what we draw for the tangle drawings. Yeah, again, take your time, slowly do that exercise. Tangle Philoxy. Yeah, done with that. Now I'm going to bring down this line and add some auras, as if an extension of these inside. Again, add some auras inside. Again, bring down lines. Right, so it's a good idea to ink the innermost section like this. Again, bring down lines, extend the aura inside, and then probably ink the innermost section. Yeah, take your time and slowly draw this tangle. It's a beautiful tangle to draw. Yeah, so that was one. In the next two orbs, again, it is up to you. You can either draw the same or you can draw Phicops. Yeah, so I'm going to draw Phicops now. So again, starting in the same way. Take your time. Just keep rotating your tile. That's Tangle Phicop. As I showed to you, you can use it in so many different ways once you know the basic strokes. You can fit it inside any kind of a shape or size. Yeah, so let's add one more here in exactly the same way. So I'm done drawing with both the Phicops, and I'm inking this section in the smaller ones. Like the drama that it adds to my Phicop. It's optional, you can always add auras, lines, tipple, whatever you feel like. Take your time and ink these sections. Yeah, done with that. Now let us go further. So I'm going to add some ribbons. Yeah, so added some lines with aura and then going to ink it and leave a highlight there to give the impression of a ribbon, right? And again I'm going to do that. Extend it to my other side of the tile, add an aura. This is a simple plain ribbon, not like the rambles. Yeah, again I'm going to add one more. Ink it, add a highlight there. Take your time. Again, one more coming out like this. You can draw it any which ways. It is up to you how do you want to place it. Please feel free. Yeah, if you want you can add more. I'm going to stick to only this much, and then again I'm going to ink and leave a highlight. Yeah, you can always use your boulder nib, the 08. So done with my ribbon work, right? So I have drawn the ribbon running through my tile. Something more, if you want to add something running through the tile, is a bead line, right? That's a good idea always. So I'm just going to add some beads running through my tile like this. Yeah, so these are just way to divide your tile. So instead of using a simple string, I'm using some beads here to create some bifurcations in my tile, and then we can use those sections to add different tangles. Yeah, so you can draw it any which ways you want. I'm just randomly drawing Wherever I feel like taking it, I'm just taking it. Creating a few sections on my tile a little differently. Yeah. So that's one bead line. I'm going to add one more running through like this. Yeah. So just take your time. Pearls. You already know how to draw black pearls. So that's what I'm doing here. Yeah. So adding just one last one below. Take your time and slowly add it. Whichever way you feel like you want it to run inside your tile. Yeah. So now next is to fill up these spaces. So choose tangles of your own choice. I'm going to go with probably wells, or you can also use a filler tangle, anything that you feel like. Yeah. So let's see. So I'm going to draw wells here. Started with an orb and drawing the wells grid now. Whichever way I feel like. No, I'm not drawing Phicop again. Yeah. And then I'm going to get back and draw these petal shapes. Right? And then the rest of the spaces is entirely up to you. How do you want to go about filling it up? Right? So you can draw as many lines as you feel like, the number of petals that you want. That's the tangle wells. Right? Again, I'm going to add one more here. So I've drawn about four of them, right? Wells in whatever spaces I had. And now rest of the space I will just add some nice printums, or you can add any other tangle, your go-to tangles. Yeah, feel free to use it. I'm going to insert some nice big printums like these. Use it as a filler to fill up the rest of the space. Take your time. Slowly do that exercise. Yeah. The spirals can be as big as you want, or you can draw more than one printum, whichever way you want to. Yeah. So that's how I'm going to fill the entire background, whatever spaces are left. I'm adding some big spirals here, not the small ones. Right? Just like a filler tangle. Take your time, slowly add big spirals, as many as you wish to. Like these. Yeah. So I am done drawing my printums in the background. You can see I have not covered the entire space. I have left few places blank, but it is entirely up to you. If you want to complete the entire space, you can. Yeah. So let's see. I'm just going to add some bit of inking there, giving the black pearl look inside my wells. Yeah. And then you can straight away move on to shading, or if you want to embellish a little, you can do that. Yeah, let's see, we will do that later. First, let us move on to shading. So as far as our philoxy is concerned, again, where lines seem to be going under, a good idea to add some graphite there. So here the lines seem to be going under, there is a turn, there is a fold, so just highlight it. Take your time, slowly add the graphite. You can add some in the center. You can add here again, wherever lines seem to be going under. Highlight those spaces. Don't add too much. The spaces are small, so just a bit. Yeah, and same for this one. These are simple Phicops. I've kept it simple, but I did show you how you can deck it up. Yeah. So if you want Phicop to be the center of attraction of your tile, you can just work simply on the Phicop as a string and then just add tangles inside each of these sections of the Phicop. Yeah, so whichever way you want to take it forward. Yeah, done with that. Then moving on to our wells. That's generally the way we shade our wells. So just take your time. Slowly add that graphite without adding too much. Yeah. So I'm going to do that for my wells on the two sides of the ribbon running through. A simple ribbon. You can call it umble. Yeah. Moving on to our wells. Shading in the same way. Take your time. Almost finishing shading my wells. Yeah. Now it is up to you. You want to highlight these bead lines. You can always add some bit of shade on the bigger ones also, or you can leave it white like that, right? Whichever way you wish to. If you want, you can give a slight touch like this and it will look more like a bead, but spaces are small, so you have to be a little careful. You don't want the entire thing gray. Yeah. So a slight touch is all that you need. Not too much. Right. So I'm going to go to each of them and just add a slight shade. Maybe what is already there on your stub is also sufficient to do that much. You may not even need to touch the graphite. Yeah, so try that out. Just a slight touch on one corner. Yeah. And that's it. I think we don't need to do anything else here, right? Now this leftover spaces, you can either leave it blank or you can use colors or you can use a different colored pen. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Yeah. Just a little redoing the beads. So put in your chalk. Make sure you have inked properly. Sign and date your tile. Right, so that was Tangle, Phicops and Philoxy. I shall see you again with some more new tangles issued by CZT. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.